Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6 of the Red Flag Review Podcast. This is your host, Echoes Nation. We have Aquamoose. I know where to point my hands. And we got DMiills on the bottom here.
He's so
Gentlemen,
famous.
how we feeling tonight?
All right, I'm leaving. I am leaving. Worst podcast ever. I would rather put my feet on hot rocks.
Look, I got some WD-40 if we need to squeak those wheels at all.
Whoa, hey.
All right, anyways.
We are going to get into some introductions here so y'all can learn more about these creators that we have on the podcast tonight. And I'm going to start with Mr. Aquamoose.
Oh my gosh.
I'm putting you on the spot.
I don't know who I am.
You didn't think so. All right. Well, Aqua, feel free to tell the audience about you, streaming life, whatever you want to disclose to them. The floor is yours, good sir.
No, this is horrible. Well, for all you that don't know who I am, I'm AquamooseHerb. Meese. Everybody knows me by Meese. I've been streaming for going on almost 2 years now. Just kind of, I play whatever, do whatever. If you don't like me, you can bye-bye. But I don't know. I have one daughter. She's sitting here right next to me, just looking at me like, great. And work a full-time job, do this part-time, try to have fun with it. I mean, I don't know what else you want to know or what else anybody else wants to know about me, but I'm just here to just, bring you some laughs. And if I make a fool of myself doing it, then so be it.
Hey, that's what we love to hear.
It's great.
All right. Well, DMiills, you're up to the
They
plate.
already know who I am, though.
But the audience doesn't know who you are.
They all know. That's fair. Forgot YouTube,
He's famous.
DMiills. I'm famous. There's my story. I've been streaming, what is it now, 6 years. Did 3 on the purple side, came over to Kick. Built a great community. We just have verified recently. Not famous still. Got my own flavor freshen up. Still not famous. Got the gold K. Still not famous.
Shay, you can call me Moosin.
For those of y'all that don't know, for those of you watching on YouTube that don't know, there's a running joke that everybody says that DMiills is famous. That's why. Yeah, it's just a running joke.
Check mark, dude. All because of a check mark.
Check mark changes a person.
Part time as well. Work for one of the local cities and just stay home most of the time with my wife and my daughter. She's gonna be 2.
You could put your cue cards down.
I don't know. I'm bad at these. I told you. I don't like talking about myself.
Gosh.
Why do you think I tell everybody I don't deserve any of the love I've been getting?
Look. We're all just over here new boot moosing.
Yeah, new boot goofing for sure.
Wow, what intros we had. Goofing. There we go. All right. So for those of y'all that have never watched the podcast before, what we're going to do is we are going to get into some Reddit stories. I have 5 Reddit stories that have been picked out, and we're going to go in order of kind of tame to absolutely extreme to end this episode. So feel free to give your opinions in the comments. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the first story. Now, you are going to see the stories pop above my head, so that way y'all can follow along with what story we are on. So without further ado, story number 1 reads, am I overreacting for leaving my girlfriend's family dinner after what her dad said? My girlfriend, 27, female, invited me, 28 male, to a family dinner to finally meet her parents. We've been together for almost a year, so I wanted to make a good impression. Dinner started out fine until her dad started asking me about my job. I work in IT, and while it pays well, it's not some high status career. After a few questions, he smirked and said, so basically you just sit behind a computer all day. Not exactly the kind of guy I imagined for my daughter. Everyone kind of laughed awkwardly. I tried to brush it off with a joke, but then he added, maybe someday you'll get a real job so you can actually support a family. I felt my stomach drop. My girlfriend just said, Dad, ... but didn't defend me beyond that. I quietly excused myself, said I wasn't feeling well, and I left. Later that night, my girlfriend texted me saying that I embarrassed her by walking out and that I should just let it go because my dad was only teasing. I honestly feel disrespected and don't think I overreacted. But now she's acting cold and says I owe her family an apology. Reddit, am I overreacting for leaving?
Well, here's the first thing you got to ask is how much money does he make? Because, some of those IT guys make damn good money.
Mm-hmm.
And what's to say that he's making 6-digit, however much, and her dad's making 5-digit? I mean, it's like, okay, you want a real job? Okay, how much are you making? How much am I making? I'd do that. I would leave. 100%. I wouldn't deal with that.
So, I mean, if it was a one-time joke, like maybe like, haha, it's funny, I made a joke too because you sit behind a computer looking at screen, blah, blah, blah. But then he continued it. No, I'm getting out of there as soon as possible so I don't say anything I'm going to regret later.
Yeah, so like here's my thing with this. I don't like the comparison of careers, right? So when somebody somebody asks you about your job, and I mean we all deal with it when it comes to streaming, right? If people ask, "Oh, hey, what do you do for a living?" And some people might say, "I stream full time," and they give you this weird look, like, "What? You make money off of that? How?" You know what I mean? And so in this situation, it's just like, yeah, he works in IT, but guess what? As you said, Aqua, people in IT can make some bank. I mean, that's
100%.
that's not an easy job. Like, you have to have the brains and the patience to be able to do something like that. And for the dad to just sit there and judge based off of just the career, I would just be like, hey, look at how much I make. You want to talk about me being able to support my family? Here you go.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've got a buddy that I'm really good friends with. He does cybersecurity IT, and he's doing government work, and he makes tons of money. And it's but yeah, it's just kind of like those situations. Like, oh yeah, if like you said, if her dad or whatnot makes some silly little joke about it, and everybody it's like laughing, but the awkwardness of it, then yeah. It's like, for all we know, her dad could be some shit scooper in a barn. Who knows?
Yeah, and let's also talk about the girlfriend in this situation, because like I get it, it's her dad, but like I don't know if somebody in my family was like coming at like my wife, or like if somebody in my wife's family was coming after me, like we would stand up for each other. Like that's
100%.
This is a lot about her.
Yeah, so just for her to kind of downplay it and just be like, Dad, like you weren't supposed to do that. Like it almost makes you think like, what was this like already, like was he going to make a deal with this already? And like she kind of figured it was going to happen and just was like, oh well, there's nothing I can really do.
Like maybe the family has like some sort of a boyfriend test for the daughter, and kind of uses that.
Don't even get me started on tests, please. I've done. Listen, this is episode 6, and I've already done a few like Reddit stories about relationship tests and whatnot. And my gosh, dude.
Look, can we take a test right now? True or false? Is DMiills famous?
False. False times 1,000.
You know this the whole night. That's what this is going to be. Because look, on my screen, you're in the center of everything, and so
I told you at least 13 times tonight.
But yeah, I feel that we don't need to be like comparing careers, because like at the end of the day, like if you're able to support your family doing what you do, then what does it matter what you do? You could work in IT. You could listen. I've heard of some people that pick up garbage for a living that actually make some pretty decent money. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many different careers out there that can make you money and can allow you to support your family. And guess what? At the end of the day, if you love your job, you never work a day in your life.
It's the way it is, dude. Like I said, I mean,
exactly.
People, you guys have said jobs don't need to be compared. As long as the family is supported at the end of the day, everybody's happy, there's a roof over their head, clothes on their body, and everybody's fed, bills are paid, who cares?
Exactly. So we're going to get into some of the comments, and I will forewarn you, for people that don't know Reddit, the Reddit commenters can be wild.
They are off the walls.
They are off the walls, literally. I've seen it for myself. So the top comment on this post that got 1.3 thousand upvotes says, "You deserve a partner who values you enough to stand up for you. I would explain that maybe in the past he's always acted this way, and although she may see it as teasing, that you don't appreciate being talked to that way and having your career be minimized. Tell her it was disrespectful, and if she would like this relationship to continue down the same path, that you would like an apology." That's pretty straightforward.
And at the end of the day, the guy's not overreacting one bit. The family's just doing too much, including the girlfriend. The girlfriend's also doing, well, she's not doing enough. The family's doing too much.
And maybe she's been in a relationship before where the guy was not super supportive. I mean, it happens, and it could just be the dad being super overprotective.
Yeah,
maybe, but at the same time, still doesn't give you the right to to say that. Another comment says, "Not overreacting. She just proved that her family is toxic and she's too cowardly to do anything about it. I'd bail on this relationship. The fact that she scolded you for leaving due to this horrible behavior is something else." And that was something that we didn't point out too, was the fact that she was mad at him for walking out.
Yeah,
like how did she expect him to?
Yeah,
like
how
did
anything,
she
should have walked out with him.
Yeah. More if he was embarrassed by her and her family.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
That is
ridiculous. One other comment says, you were just given the gift of time travel. This would be your life if you move forward with this girl. Her father undermining you as part of a toxic family environment, and your girlfriend / future wife losing all respect after her father disrespects you behind your back and to your face, and your girl feels disrespected by you. Uno reverse card played. You're pissed at him. Actually, joke's on you. I'm pissed at you.
Yep. You didn't stand up for me or us in our relationship.
Not crazy.
It's our relationship that she was standing up for, and she showed that she didn't care about the relationship either.
Because how long did they say they were dating? About a year?
me go back to the beginning of the story here. Let's see. No, yeah, it says together for almost a year.
Okay.
Almost a year and already.
And it seems like yeah, and he's never met her parents. Like this was literally their first interaction.
Okay, so it took a year for her to introduce him to her parents.
Yes.
Okay, that says a lot too, because usually it's like within like the first like 3 months. Usually.
Yeah. I mean, you don't
unless
do it
she's
within the first
embarrassed
month,
by what
but
he
like,
does.
yeah,
Embarrassed by him. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be something else that may be underlying that, like, I think there might be a bigger issue in the relationship rather than just her dad. But hey, I don't know. All right, well, that was the kind of the starter. Get some discussion going. Now we're gonna get into some. The next one is actually quite comical. It's really insane, but it's quite comical, and I know both y'all will get a kick out of this.
I'm already.
If you guys are ready, story number 2 reads: Am I the asshole for suing my girlfriend after she had my 1967 Impala project taken to the scrapyard?
I've heard this story before.
I'll try to keep this short. I had a 1967 Impala 4-door that I bought in February of 2019. A couple months ago, I bought my first house that had a 2.5 car garage. I moved the car in and started tearing it down for a complete restoration. I had the body in one bay and the chassis in another, plus the whole garage filled with parts. About 2 months ago, my girlfriend came to live with me during this whole crisis, and the whole time has hated that car. She wants me to, she wanted to park in the garage, but I have 2 acres of land with a lot of nice places to park under shady trees, or hell, even in the barn if it has to be inside. I told her, tough luck, it's my house, and it's not like I can just throw it back together real quick. Anyways, I was out of town for a couple of days on a business trip for the small local company that I work for. When I got back, my girlfriend was all smiles, making me food all the time, doing all the chores, all that. I thought maybe she was just happy to have me home, but then I realized that I didn't see my car in its usual spot. I asked her where she parked so I can make sure I mow that area and keep it clean, and she said not to worry because she parked in the garage. I asked how, and she told me to go check it out. Turns out that while I was gone, she hired some people to come over and move everything related to that car, including the drivetrain, body, and the chassis, and all parts, and take it to the local dump/scrapyard. I was absolutely dumbfounded. I spent over $11,000 on that car, including new parts, services, and the car itself. I told her that I was going to be taking her to court for that, and she brushed me off like I was being dramatic. I told her that it's done between us and to pack her things and leave. I admit I was really angry, but I did end up getting a lawyer, and as I have all the receipts for all the money I spent, and I have her on my house security cam footage letting the guys in and watching them take it all, I think I can win. Her family and friends were absolutely blowing me up, saying it's just a stupid old piece of junk and that she cannot pay back all that money I spent and that I should just let it go. But I have been putting all my time, effort, and money into that car for a year and a half now, and damn if I'm not going to get justice for what she did. Am I the asshole?
No,
absolutely not.
I'm suing her twice.
Right?
1 for existing and 2 for the car.
Mm-hmm.
That is insane.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So let's talk about hobbies for a second, right? Because I feel like this is this guy's hobby. Like, obviously it's an expensive hobby, but like, this is his hobby. Like, he wants to fix his car. Like, you don't mess with people's hobbies.
Hell
ever. No. And for her to think that it was just cool to be like, hey, call up a few guys, hey, I need this stuff moved, and then just play it off like it's just, oh yeah, no, it's fine, no big deal. Like, bro, that's $11,000 you just threw in the scrapyard. Like, I'm sorry, did you not think he was gonna be pissed off?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's insane, because I mean, you got like a lot of people that do project cars, especially, they take years to get right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the fact that she was just annoyed by a single car, what seems like on a big property, enough to the point that she called people while he's away to get rid of this
to move
car?
it. Yeah.
Holy moly. And then she said it was in the garage. She lied about where it was.
Yeah.
She said it was in the garage. Like, come on now, be honest with yourself and him.
Where'd you park the car? In the garage? Wait, I thought you couldn't get in the garage.
Wait.
You should go see for yourself.
Like, what?
You want to know how fast I would be running to that garage?
Lord, yeah, especially if it's like the car's not completed. Like, how'd you get it there?
You know the SpongeBob episode where he's like the speedy guy and he's like, you want to see me run to that rock and back? You want to see me do it again? That's what I imagine this guy literally did when she said, oh, go check the garage. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, what's crazy is that I can kind of relate to that because, you know, my dad and I, when I was younger, we restored a 64 Impala and it took us almost 20 years to do.
Sheesh.
Between finding all the pieces, everything that we did. But I mean, this was a show car. Everything under and in the car was chromed. It was a white top, baby blue convertible. And, you know, there's a lot of memories and blood and sweat and everything in a car like that. But if you're dating somebody and they're like, oh yeah, I parked in the garage, and oh yeah, where's the car? Oh, go look. I would flip my shit. I mean, there might be murder on my hands.
And it's like not even his wife, like it's his girlfriend. And
exactly.
Like she just moved in. Like, here's my thing. When you just move in with someone, you have to get adjusted, but you also have to learn that like there are things that are not to be touched. Like there are things that are off limits. And he literally said, this is off limits. Like, I'm not moving this. Like, there are plenty of places to park on this giant property.
Yeah.
Gosh forbid if you can't park in the garage. It is not the end of the world.
Yeah. It's just,
they're gonna hurt the
it's
scrapyard
ridiculous.
with it. Because the worst part for me, like, I think the 50s, 60s, and 70s, just those, that 30-year span is probably the best era of cars that this world has ever seen. I'm personally a big fan of the 50s, but the early 60s was even better. So the fact there's this, like,
wow, you're old.
Impala, okay, buddy. Like a 62 Impala is, that's an instant classic car. And she just thinks, oh, no, it's no big deal.
No, nothing.
Bye. I'll live on this big property by myself.
But here's the thing, too. Like, I feel that there's just some people that don't understand. It's like anything else, man. Like, again, going back to like messing with people's hobbies. You know what I mean? People that like collect Pokemon cards, people that collect Funko Pops. It's just one of those things where it's just like, it's stuff that makes us happy, and there's no rhyme or reason. And it's like, I don't need to explain to you why like this makes me happy. Like, that's just what it is. Like, this is what I enjoy. And at the end of the day, if you can't get on board with that, then I'm sorry.
Some people just don't get it. They don't get it. They see a car that just looks old and rusty. They just think it's a hunk of junk instead of what it
true value on it.
Yeah.
Behind that car.
So top comment with this is great. This is a crazy number. 52,000 upvotes.
Wow.
Says not the asshole. Sue her ass. Sue her for the cost plus a few extra thousand for the time and money. Have her prosecuted for theft, destruction of private property, and have the guys that came to get it prosecuted for receiving stolen goods. Nail them all to the wall.
I agree with that 1,000%.
100%.
But the problem is going to be is she going to snitch on those people that she hired to come get this car?
But listen to this. OP actually responded to this comment. This is going to take a little twist. OP says, I mean, I can't blame the guys that came and got it. She told them it was her dad's car and she had lost the title for it and wanted it gone, and they believed her, so it's not their fault that they got lied to.
Yep, get rid of her, dude. Get rid of her ASAP.
That's crazier, bro.
ASAP. Bye.
Yeah,
I'll save money, back up, get my own car, and I won't have to spend money on you. Thank you.
So I will tell y'all that there is a really big update to this story that posted. I don't know how long after the original post got posted, but the update, it starts in all caps. They found my car.
Shit.
The junkyard guys apparently were in the middle of hiding it when the police came to ask them questions. It was on a forklift and they were going to put it on top of a pile of cars that was hidden behind more piles of cars. They said it was theirs and they had the title, but obviously didn't have the title for it. And since they matched the VIN on the chassis and the body to the VIN on my title, it was obviously mine. I know at least one person there had been arrested. I think he was in the camera footage I was talking about earlier, but I don't know if it was the boss or whoever or even his specific charge. They also told me they would be looking into the specific junkyard for any other vehicles reported stolen. They said they haven't been able to get in contact with my ex just yet, but they're working on it. I'm just so glad they found my car. Luckily, I made quite an album of pictures detailing me tearing down the car, and so that I can use that to prove what parts they had were mine, so I hopefully can get most or all of it back. Police haven't let me take it back home yet, as they say it's evidence or something, so hopefully I can get it back eventually. Thank you all so much for the support and advice. She's gonna be all right. That's insane. And I'm glad he found his car. Like, obviously he's not gonna get it back right away, but at least like they don't have to go searching for it, and at least it didn't like get completely destroyed. So I feel that's a happy ending to a little bit of a crazy story right there.
I mean, I would say so that he went back and updated it, they found it. But yeah, I mean, if that's the case, then the junkyard is being shady. Yeah, especially if they're trying to hide it.
Yeah, it's curious to me. Like, and as he said, like he wonders like how many more cars are there,
other cars that are
just
there,
kind of hiding there. Yeah.
Absolutely crazy.
Insane. All right. We are now going into story number 3. Buckle in. The story reads, this is from True Off My Chest, by the way. The story reads, my ex dumped me because she was told I was cheating on her. She now knows that she was lied to and is trying to get back together with me. not happening. We had been dating for about 6 months, and things seemed to be going pretty well. We had met each other's friends and family, and were in the very early stages of talking about moving in together if things kept going smoothly. Then one day, a few months ago, she stopped responding to my texts. After a long gap in communication, I tried calling her and was sent to voicemail. Got a text telling me that one of her friends had spotted me out on a date and with another woman, and she was done with me. Dumped and blocked. I had never cheated on her, so this caught me off guard completely. I got a few nasty messages from a friend of hers and her sister telling me that I was a disgusting pig. Then they blocked me before I could even defend myself. I ended up taking a day off work and just sat home and cried. I'd gone from having someone I really liked and was thinking about a future with to alone and hated by that same woman almost overnight. She reached out to me yesterday, let me know that she now knows I didn't cheat on her. I was wondering if we could meet up and talk in person. I pushed for more info, and she admitted the friend that had claimed to have seen me out with another woman was a guy who had a thing for her and made it up. Said he had a very few convincing photos, and she now thinks that they were AI generated. He made a move on her, which made her question everything, and she got him to admit that he had never seen me with anyone and made it all up. She apologized over and over for throwing what we had away over a lie and letting herself be manipulated like that. I thanked her for letting me know and that I appreciated her reaching out, but I'm just not interested in getting back together with her after that happened. She never even bothered to talk to me and get my side before dumping me over some AI pictures and a creep with an agenda. I can't build a relationship with someone who threw me away so quickly, even if she was tricked. She's been really pushing hard for me to meet up and talk it out in person, but I know that won't change anything. Would most likely just be the same conversation in person and be super uncomfortable. Anyways, thank you for letting me get that off my chest.
Okay, here's the question you have to ask, though, is how long of a gap was it between when she blocked him and then she came and started talking to him?
It doesn't say.
Yeah. So who knows? It could be 3 months. It could be 6 months. It could be a whole bunch.
But my thing is, I don't know if the time matters because you gotta look at this from the big picture, right?
Yeah.
She definitely didn't have all the information because she was just going based off of what some guy sent her, right? She didn't go to her boyfriend and say, hey, I'm seeing this. Like, what's going on? Like, what is this? Like, can you explain? No, she's just saying, okay, we're done. We're broken up. I'm done with this. Block.
Yeah. I was in a relationship like that. I was dating a girl, and the guy I was living with did the same exact thing. Told her that I was cheating, told her sister I was cheating. Her sister came to where I worked and attacked me also that he could date her. And he ended up cheating on his baby mama with her. It was
picked up like the signs. Like, you knew this dude, I guess maybe it'd be a little harder to pick up that he was, had some interest. But if she didn't know him barely at all, she'd been like, all right, why are you randomly like coming to me and doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Should have been a red flag in her head. So that says a lot. This is the third story in a row. It says a lot about the female, but it's just, she should have picked up on the red flags from the jump and at least gave him a chance to be like, these aren't even real. So once you leave, though, you're out. There's no coming back from that. It could be a week later. No coming back from that.
Yeah, and it doesn't even say like it was her best friend or anything. It just literally it was a friend.
It was some dude that had interest in me.
Yeah, and the thing too is like now she obviously wants to try it again, and it's just you're sitting there and you're like, wait a minute, why would I put myself through that again? Right?
Yeah, because what's to say if somebody else comes in that has interest?
What if one of her best friends, who obviously she might have more trust in, what if one of her best friends like tried to do the same thing and she falls right back into that rabbit hole?
Yeah.
Then it's like, why would I put myself in a space where there was an opportunity for something like that to happen again?
Yeah.
It's like if the shoe was on the other foot, she'd expect him to give her a chance to at least explain.
Yeah.
But she's not going to give him a second to even try to like explain or prove that, hey, these are fake photos.
Yeah, she didn't even give him a chance to tell. Like, there's
to
always
even
two
defend
sides
himself,
to a story. Yeah, there's always two sides to a story. And if you're someone that just takes the one side and runs with it and like won't even bother trying to get the other person's side of the story, you don't have the whole story.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
So
exactly. Yeah.
Well,
no, thank you.
Yeah, I
Comment
mean,
time. I'm excited.
You know what's crazy? Most of the comments here are kind of just the same thing.
Kind of the same thing.
So like the first comment says, yeah, I'd block her and move on. She shouldn't get the chance to explain like you never got. Somebody else said, don't blame you. She wouldn't even talk to you. Just move on. Somebody said she failed at communication. That is fundamental to a healthy relationship. I don't blame you, which is a good point. Communication, huge.
Yeah.
If you can't communicate about something like that, then who's to say later down the line, if y'all get engaged and, have to start talking about marriage and what that looks like, what are those conversations going to look like? Somebody, this is a funny comment. Somebody said, I'm petty enough. I'll go and let them buy me a coffee and sit in silence while they explain. Then just say, is that all? And leave.
Either that or you have one night of get back together and then never call them again.
And then last comment here, somebody said, you lucked out. You got to meet the real her before getting any further involved. You didn't have to wait for the cohabitation review. That's crazy. Before we get back into the Reddit stories, I want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Freshen Up Energy. Guys, if you're tired of energy drinks that leave you feeling jittery, crashing halfway throughout the day, or they're just loaded with unnecessary junk, Freshen Up Energy is worth checking out. It's designed to give you the energy and focus you need without that overwhelming feeling that some other energy drinks can bring you. Whether you're heading to work, hitting the gym, gaming, creating content, or just trying to survive a long day, Freshen Up Energy helps keep you going when you need it most. And guys, there are so many flavors. Look at all the flavors on the website. I've been loving all these flavors. I've tried a lot of these, and it's all clean energy, and honestly, it's become an easy part of my daily routine. So if you're looking for a better way to power through your day, make sure to click the link in the description and give Freshen Up Energy a try, and make sure to use code EchoesNation at checkout for 20% off your order. Thanks again to Freshen Up Energy for sponsoring this video. Now let's get you back to the Reddit stories. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so all right.
Crazy.
We're moving through these guys.
It's heating up too, though. I've noticed these.
The last two. This next story, buckle in, chat, and I'm telling you right now, the chat's about to get hostile because this next story is woo. Here we go. Story number 4 reads: am I the asshole for bringing up my sister's past divorce at her wedding?
Lord. Oh, Lord.
I, 32 male and currently single, was at my sister's wedding this weekend, and things have gotten tense since. For context, my sister, 29 female, was previously married for about a year when she was 24. It ended pretty badly there, was a lot of arguing, and from my perspective, she rushed into it and ignored everybody's advice. Our family kind of just doesn't not want to talk about it now, which I have always thought was weird, because it happened and clearly says something about decision making. Anyways, at her current wedding, I was asked to give a speech. No one gave me any specific guidelines, just say something nice. I did start nice. I talked about growing up together, how she used to make me terrible instant coffee and stuff like that. But then I pivoted into what I thought was a meaningful point about growth. I said something along the lines of how we have all seen her make big commitments before that did not work out, and how it is important to really think things through this time. I even added that hopefully her new husband knows what he's getting into and is ready for the long haul, unlike last time. People got really quiet, but I figured it was just because it was honest. I do not think weddings should just be fake positivity. After the speech, my sister was visibly upset and told me I humiliated her on purpose. Her husband did not say much, but looked pretty uncomfortable. A couple of relatives told me that was completely inappropriate and that a wedding is not the place to bring up past mistakes, especially something like a divorce. I told them I was trying to highlight her personal growth and the seriousness of marriage, but apparently that made it worse. My mom has not spoken to me since, and my sister says I made the happiest day of her life about her worst one. In hindsight, maybe I could have worded it differently, but I still feel like pretending the past did not exist is dishonest. At the same time, I can see why she might not have wanted to bring it up right then and there.
Insanity, bro.
Oh my gosh.
You weren't lying. Everybody buckle up. That one hit us like a freaking freight train.
Okay, hold on. Listen, what kind of drugs is this man on? Because, like, in what reality is bringing up somebody's divorce at their wedding a smart idea? Brother,
it's like, hey,
listen, this is not a motivational speech about how you grow from a divorce to what?
That's like walking up to the guy and say, hey, look, you're going to be another check mark on the wall here in a couple months. Here, you just take my advice and run.
So the question was, am I the asshole for bringing up my sister's past divorce? Yes. Absolutely.
You know what? This deserves this.
Pretty sure that's barf.
Absolutely. That is not something you
100%.
Especially at a wedding. Especially, like, you shouldn't bring up anywhere, to be fair. Like, the past is the past for a reason. But at her wedding is crazy disrespectful.
That's like a literal slap to the face without physically slapping her in the face.
And the fact that he had to ask this to the internet is mind-blowing, thinking, I'm not in the wrong. I'm wrong in every way and
This
measure.
is 100% be fair.
Time out. He could have worded it a bit differently. Okay.
Let's not try to be the
There is no going easy on this. It's like, yes, you are an asshole. 100%.
The one guy that's like, "Are you going to sit here and tell me that I'm wrong?" Actually, yes, I am.
Yes, 100%.
100%. Most definitely am telling
He's
you.
He's the type of guy that goes into a party, goes and say, "Hey, in all due respect, you're an asshole." But I said it with all due respect.
Yeah, with all due respect.
I said it with all due respect.
It's like someone trying to give an insult, but they're just like, "Hey, listen, with all due respect, you look terrible." Yeah, like, okay, what was respectful about that?
That's insane.
That's like you going up to your wife and saying, "Hey, you know that makeup looks great, but it doesn't look good."
And that's how I end up sleeping on the couch for the night.
Exactly.
We know your wife.
She would not let me sleep on the couch.
Yeah.
If I'm sleeping on the couch, she's sleeping on the couch.
Same, dude. Our wives are the same people in different bodies.
It's crazy.
I wonder why they get along.
What's a wife?
I'll be your wife, dude. Anyways, I forgot we're on YouTube now.
I'm just like, I'm mind blown that someone literally thought this through in its entirety. Like, this man had time to think this through, and in his mind was like, this is a great idea. Like, you know, I'm bringing wisdom because there's just so much fake positivity at weddings. Bro, a wedding is literally the happiest day of someone's life. What are we talking about? Like, what's fake about that?
Yeah, it's. I mean, there could be fake positivity. What if the wife's family doesn't like the husband? I can give a great example of that.
I mean, listen, it's happened. I'm not saying it doesn't, but like,
he walks up, drops his comment, drops the mic, and walks out. See you later,
it's just like,
mic drop.
I'm out. See you.
Gift basket on the way out.
It's like, hey, listen, I'm so happy for you, but
I don't see this lasting more than 3 months.
And this is why. Let me tell you about her past marriage.
And then here's the guy going around the wedding doing betting odds. All right, how long do you think this is gonna last?
I got 20 on 3 months.
Over under 6 months.
Over under.
There's a minus 600 on 9 months.
How much do you want to wager on this?
I get $10.
Can we do channel points, please?
Under 6 months.
Can we get a poll in chat? He live streams it.
Yeah, that's wild. The fact that, like, what's crazy is, like, as you said, like, he thought it out, but the fact that he typed this whole story still thinking
that
all
he was
the way
in
to
the
the
right.
end that he was in the right. What?
That's
Some people need to be studied.
True.
Or castrated.
Or that too, I guess. We can go that route as well.
With a hot poker.
All right. Well, let's get into the comments because you know where this is going.
Oh, this is fantastic.
This is great. Can you
All
pull
right,
the comments on screen, please?
I wish there was an easy way for me to do that, but unfortunately there's not. So here we go. Top comment with 1,300 upvotes, which I feel like this should deserve more. It says, "You're the asshole. Are you serious? Insulting the bride in your speech at her wedding. The most obvious asshole behavior I've ever seen. And if you were my sibling, our relationship would never be the same. Disgusting, disgraceful behavior."
That's what I was going to say. If I'm the sister, dude, never speaking to him ever. If he's going to be there, I'm avoiding it.
You are not getting a Christmas card this year.
Someone else said, "You're the asshole, and you know you are. You are not trying to highlight personal growth. What a bullcrap excuse. You clearly have some deep issues with your sister, and you decided to try to embarrass her on her wedding day. You're the one who needs some personal growth."
That is insane.
And last comment here says, "You're the asshole. Should have worded it differently. Shouldn't have said it at all. You weren't being honest. You were being mean. You implied that she hadn't thought this wedding through, that her past made her unmarriable, that she was hiding her past from her husband, and that he wasn't committed." Like, you don't think that when these two got together, that, like, she didn't discuss that with him?
Oh, by the way, honey.
Like,
Hey, by the way, you know, I recently got divorced, you know? Well, just letting you know.
this is what happened. Like, obviously that conversation came about. I think every relationship at some point speaks of past relationships. Kind of give them the ins and outs of, like, how things were and how we got to where you are today.
Yeah. And as you said, the past is the past. I mean, whatever's happened in the past, like, it is what it is. Like, that doesn't define a person, like, in the moment. So that is, wow, insane. All right. Well, chat, we are on the final story of the night, and I am telling you right now, you're going to want to buckle in because this one's a long one, and it has a really weird twist to it. And this story is from 11 years ago.
Wow.
So here we go. Final story of the night reads, my 25 female longtime best friend, 25 male, keeps messaging me from his honeymoon. I don't know how to end the friendship. Will and I have been friends since pretty much forever. We literally grew up together. Our mothers are like best friends, and we were raised by each other's families in this sort of semi-commune type situation. His mom is like a second mom to me, and mine is the same to him. We both always said that we lucked out to have two sets of parents in this huge extended family because of it. I see him as a brother. Exactly as a brother. I feel the same way about him as I do my bio brothers. I've never had any romantic feelings for him, and it's honestly disgusting when people make jokes about that to me. I've always thought it was the same for him because that's what he told me several times over the years. We all went to the same local university and lived at home, and by all I mean me, my siblings, Will and his siblings, to save some money, and because honestly it was a great school. And so because we stayed so close, we all met everyone's significant others and got to really know them. I clicked with Will's college girlfriend Sarah, who he proposed to last year and married last week. I couldn't be happier for them. And to have Sarah as a sister in a weird little family, which is what makes this next part even worse, because I'm not sure how to handle this. Will messaged me on their wedding night and told me that he has always loved me and had hoped that I'd feel the same way too. And he only got married to Sarah as a way to make me realize my feelings for him and fight for him. He had tried to provoke a reaction, and he didn't love her. He didn't want to be with her, and now he just wanted to tell me because he'd leave me for her if I wanted. I didn't know what to say, so I just signed out of everything for the night and cried because everything about that just made me feel sick, and it was too much, just too much to process. It was like my brother admitting incestuous feelings for me. He's messaged me throughout his honeymoon, almost all of them begging me to run away with him. And a few of them were blaming me for leading him on, which still makes zero sense to me. I've never flirted with him. I act the same way around him as I do any of my other siblings. Literally nothing is different. He said that he'd always see me in his head as the other woman. And because of me, he'd never be able to fully love Sarah, who he admits is on paper his ideal spouse. I don't know what to do because both of us stand to lose a lot no matter how this all goes down. I'm afraid that I'm going to lose my family because of this and not just his side. Everyone is close, and if I'm identified as the problem, I'm afraid that I'm going to be pushed out. But maybe that's what needs to happen. I don't really know. Reddit, how the heck do I deal with this hugely messed up situation? I need some outside advice and don't really have anyone in my life who doesn't know any of the people involved in this. Edit for more information. Sorry I didn't include this to begin with, but I'm not thinking 100% clearly right now. I just still feel terrible about everything. More info. Our families lived in the same house, and our parents shared parenting duties for all children. When I called out for daddy in the middle of the night as a little girl, both dads came running, for example. Our families are so intertwined and always have been, and I feel like Will just handed me this huge bomb. I think there's going to be a massive fallout from this, and that breaks my heart. We're all very tightly knit and close. I keep cycling between sad, angry, and betrayed. I'm upset because I feel like he's tasking me with breaking Sarah's heart, and I hate him for that right now. I love Sarah possibly more than he does at this point.
Get rid of him and go with Sarah.
Push him to the side and take Sarah. That's it.
I mean, not a wrong comment by any means. The dude kind of brought it upon himself. But
it makes you wonder how long these feelings have been festering.
Well, we know they weren't festering in her.
Well, exactly. The feelings weren't festering in her because she made it clear that she had no feelings at all at any point, and like made sure that she didn't give off any kind of signals to signify that. Yeah, that's just, and you know what's crazy? Like, me being someone who goes into Reddit rabbit holes, there's a couple stories that I've seen where it's just like people get into marriage, and honestly, you kind of hear about this a lot. People get married, and all of a sudden, like for some reason, it just unlocks like these weird things from your past, and all of a sudden you're just like, oh my gosh, I want to be with you instead. It's like Grey's Anatomy, when I can't think of his name right now, when they got married, and then all of a sudden, like the girl came in, like ruined the wedding, and then they ran away together. It's so weird.
It's like I'm marrying you, but your sister's hot.
It's like that awkward moment at any wedding where they're just like, the officiant is just like, okay, anybody opposed, raise your hand and speak now or forever hold your peace. That's got to be one of the most awkward moments of a wedding, because you're just sitting there like, is someone really about to do this right now?
Start looking around, dude.
Yeah, it's like, okay, all of you better be quiet.
Didn't you make sure the officiant didn't raise his hand?
The groom walks up. I have to object.
I invited y'all here. Don't you start.
Does anybody object? Actually, I object.
One guy in the front stands up with a shotgun.
Demo stands up at my wedding. I want him to myself. Oh my gosh.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Day, At the end of the day, the dude's obviously an asshole. I'm screenshotting every and any message I have and getting a hold of his wife. 100%.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way that you keep that hidden from his wife. Like,
No,
No.
absolutely not.
If you're really a girl's girl, you tell the wife, okay,
if you're really a girl's girl.
you got to be a girl's girl.
All right, well, let's get into the comments, because I will tell you that there is an update to the story. And when I tell you that this is going to take a twist that you would never imagine, but let's get into the comments first.
The bride and the chick got together.
So the top comment with 2.1 thousand upvotes says, and this is a long one, it says, I think you need to send him one single message that tells him you're sorry, but your feelings are so polar opposite to his, and that you do not and never have and never will have romantic feelings for him, because you do not have the capacity to see him as anything but a brother. Tell him you hope this is the strange manifestation of cold feet, and encourage him to work on his relationship. After that, I'd probably go quiet with him for at least a while. Keep all communications courteous but not close, and do not pursue a conversation in writing or in person anytime soon. Hopefully when you see him again, it'll be as it always has been. It is very troubling, though, that he'd go so far with this charade that he says now, after the vows are made, that he only pursued a relationship with Sarah to get your attention. I mean, what the frick? That's psychotic. And that he is now trying to paint you as a villain, suggesting you've messed with him by insinuating romantic interest, just sort of puts the nail in the coffin. Given these things, I think you should seriously consider alerting your own family and possibly at least his mother to the situation. It isn't just that someone you've always considered a brother has confessed romantic feelings. He is becoming manipulative of you and has been terribly irresponsible and harmful in his handling of the Sarah situation.
Wow. I mean,
You know, that day you wore that purple jacket, it just got me going.
I could tell you wanted me.
I could tell you
Just
wanted
based on
me
the
by how
photos you wore.
provocative you put on your shoes.
No one knows me what it means, but it's provocative.
Another comment here says, this is I guess an example of what they would want this person to text Will. It says, Will, I do not know what I have done to give you the impression that I would be in any way receptive to these confessions, but I assure you I am not, never was, and never will be. You are on your honeymoon. Either put the phone down and go work through this crisis with your wife who loves you, or I'm going to have to explain to her why her husband's ignoring her and offer my deepest sympathies that he has apparently lost his mind. This is not your fault. Anyone who thinks it is not anyone you need in your life, any more than you need Will, if this is truly how he feels and is willing to treat Sarah. Tell him in no uncertain terms to leave you alone and do what you have to do if he ignores that. Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, I'm good.
Anybody blaming her out of their life. Oh.
Yeah. And last comment here says, I think it's important to point out that the guy might actually have cold feet and be super confused. This is obviously messed up, but I think it's in OP's best interest to give him, her brother, the benefit of the doubt and more or less just shut him down entirely, give him the cold feet confused out, and then stop talking to him for a good long while. I'd advise doing that and letting it play out a little bit before pushing the crap storm forward. Eventually, you may decide you owe it to his wife to tell her. Which, I mean, I get that. I mean, this is something that completely came out of left field. So it's just like, are you drunk? Are you like, you know, do you have the cold feet? Like, are you just like spitballing right now? Like, what is happening? Right? You just don't know.
Yeah, or it's just just put the crack pipe down and beat down.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, buckle in because I have an update for you. And, well, I promise you, y'all are not going to see this one coming. Here we go.
Let's go back to divorce. Woo!
This is 2 months later, by the way, that this update was posted. It says, holy crap, has it been a stressful month. The original plan was to wait 2 weeks from the time I posted to deal with Sarah and Will, but I ended up spilling the beans to my mom around 3 days after the post went up. She noticed that I wasn't my usual self and pried it out of me like moms tend to be able to do. She was flabbergasted and honestly didn't believe me until I showed her the messages on my phone. She called my dad and Will's parents into an emergency family meeting. We all talked about it. I broke down crying and told them everything that I told you guys, and to my surprise, rallied around me in support. We all ended up crying and had a really long talk about our combined family and what this could mean for all of us. It was agreed that something somewhere went wrong because while the sibling flag was raised in my mind, when it comes to Will, it wasn't with him. I didn't get into this in my original post, but Will and I were the youngest. We were born just a matter of days apart, and he and I are closer than we are to any of our siblings because we always did everything together. He's my best friend, but most importantly, in my heart and my mind, he's my brother. I expressed all of that to them, and they agreed that my feelings were what they were going for when they opted for a shared family, and we all felt like this was incest. That night, we started researching local therapists who deal with situations like this, and the next day, we chose one for me to go to because honestly, it was traumatic, and I had a lot of feelings that I just didn't know how to cope with. I'm still in therapy, and it's going pretty well. I'm dealing with a lot of crap, and it's starting to feel better. We decided to keep this between the parents and I until Will and Sarah got back home from their honeymoon. The night they got back, we had a huge family dinner with her family there too. None of us, parents and I, were excited about it, but we couldn't cancel because it had been set in stone as the only time that would work for everyone for a longish period of time. I spent that night trying to keep my distance from Will because honestly, I couldn't handle being around him. He thought this was odd and ended up cornering me outside in the garden. He asked me what was up, why I was acting so weirdly. I told him he knows why and tried to walk away. He grabbed my arm and tried to pull me back toward him, but I resisted. I ended up breaking down and telling him that I would never and could never feel the way about him that he felt about me. I saw his look of genuine confusion and my heart and my stomach sunk. He had no idea what I was talking about. Those of you who guessed it was Sarah all along were actually correct. His phone went missing during their trip, and he hadn't cared because he was excited to be on his destination honeymoon. I told him everything. He threw up into the koi pond, and we hugged for what felt like forever. Man, those poor koi, man. Gosh. I broke down crying again because my knee-jerk reaction had been to cut him out of my life, and through sobs, I was able to get that out. He comforted me and told me that he understood because almost everyone whose friend and brother decided to hit on them would probably feel similarly. He said that he never hold my hurt reaction against me. We've been friends and family for way too long. We sat there for a while because neither of us knew what to do because, come on, this situation was totally messed up. Eventually, our moms came out and flipped out when they saw us together, and like amazing moms sprung to my defense. We got them to calm down and explain everything, that it had been Sarah, and Will's mom lost her cool. She went into the house and ended up apparently tearing Sarah a new one. I don't know all of what was said because I remained outside with Will trying to calm down from everything. Fast forwarding a bit, Will decided to divorce Sarah. It came out that she had always been jealous when it came to me and had absolutely hated me. Her goal had been to either get me to admit to feelings for Will so that he'd cut me out, or to get me to cut him out. It also came out that she had never been faithful to Will and had regularly cheated on him throughout the relationship. So honestly, he dodged a bullet, albeit a little too late. Will's moved back in, and we are both looking at finding a place together as roommates, and he's gotten into therapy as well to deal with everything on his end. So in the end, my world didn't collapse, and my bond with my brother, with my friend and quasi brother, only deepened, but he ended up heartbroken. I'm so angry at Sarah for putting us all through this when really she should have and could have just expressed her feelings to me. We could have probably addressed things, but then again, she was still a cheater. Just, I don't even know what to think. So I guess it's a happy update.
That took a turn.
Bro. When you said there was a turn, I fully expected the same thing I think everybody else expected, and that was with both women ending up together. Just respectfully, not in a weird way, but that's just exactly how I expected how the story was going for it to end.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine taking your husband's phone during the honeymoon and pulling a stunt like that. That takes some balls.
Holy moly.
She probably had some pretty big cojones.
Because, like, listen, like me reading this story originally, like before I'd put it into the lineup, I'm sitting here, I'm reading the original story, and I'm just like, okay, so this, like, something didn't add up because she literally sat there and said, I gave off zero, like, feelings or hinters or signals or whatever it was. I didn't give off any of that toward him. And then he just comes out of left field with, like, these feelings. Like that, you know what I mean? And it's like part of you, again, back to my point, part of you thinks like, okay, maybe he's drunk and he's just not thinking right. He's not in the right headspace. But then the part of you is like, wait a minute, this does not sound like him. Like something just doesn't sound right.
It doesn't add up.
Yeah. And crazy enough, it was his wife.
That is insane. Like on your honeymoon, come on, bro.
Right.
Like it was messed up the fact that we thought it was him. But then we find out that it was her, even more messed up.
But here's the thing as well, though. If his phone went missing, then he got it back. I mean, unless this woman is a complete ditz or it just doesn't think. I mean, what's to stop him from going and looking at message? When did I send this message?
She could have. I mean, she
could have deleted them.
I was about to say something like this. I feel like is stalled out, and I guarantee you that she probably deleted them from his phone so that way he wouldn't see him.
Yeah,
like
100%.
Sheesh, man. Like, and the thing too is why can't you just be an adult and just have the conversation? Like, if you feel a certain way toward, like, and I get it in this dynamic, like Will and gosh, I can't remember her name to save my life. I don't know if she ever actually says her name. No, she does not. But Will and the OP, like, they've had this friendship, or like, I guess you would call it, quote unquote, like sibling relationship.
A sibling bond.
Yeah, sibling bond for like literally their entire lives. And I get it from an outside perspective coming into that as like someone who's like dating either her or him, and it's like, okay, well, if I'm dating him, like then I get her too, because it's kind of like a package deal in a sense.
Yeah.
But my thing is, when you're coming into a situation like that, like you don't get to dictate who he is friends with and who he's not friends with. You know what I mean?
Well, if you're in a relationship like that anyway, if they're trying to dictate who your friends are, immediately that's like a huge giant red flag.
Yeah.
And the worst part is I feel like there were some insecurities probably that did show face prior to this honeymoon and everything. And he just didn't pick it up. And then she showed even more insecurities by doing that and pulling that stunt. And then he had to find out from the OP instead of his own wife.
I can't imagine how the divorce is going to go though, because yeah,
Divorce, a lot of divorce stories tonight.
Jerry.
Maury. That's a classic. Maury Povich,
Right?
dude.
Oh my gosh.
so
You are not the father.
so safe to say that did not take the turn that y'all were thinking.
No, absolutely not.
That's
Absolutely not.
That's why it was funny. I'm like watching y'all's faces, and I'm watching people say stuff, and it's just like everybody's like, well, yeah, this is gonna turn into like, you know, the girl gets with the girl, or like, you know, whatever. And I'm just
Yeah, I
like,
seen a couple comments like
y'all
that.
have no idea what you're about to get into. Like,
I love there's updates to these though. I love it.
man, I really try to find stories that have updates, because like there's some stories that like get left on such a cliffhanger, and then it's just like there's no update. So like, did they die, or like
Like, how did this actually work out?
yeah, like it's, you get left on such a cliffhanger. And then what's really funny is like some people, which this is, I think this is next level like craziness, is like some people will actually message the original posters on Reddit and be like, do you have an update? Like they just want to know
that's
so
me
bad, they're just like,
100%.
please give me an update. Are you okay? Blink twice if you need help.
Dude, it's like those TikToks are like, hey, you give us a part 1. Where's part 2?
Yeah, where's
three.
my part 2?
I am not okay.
You
Like, how
said
you
you were
gonna leave
posting
us
it
like this?
yesterday. It's Wednesday. Crazy. Well, gentlemen, that's it. That's the stories for the night.
I can see why you said the last one was the craziest one. Wow.
Yeah. Like I said, I originally read that story and I saw the twist and I was like, "Yep, that's a final story if I'd ever seen one."
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
Well,
insane.
gentlemen, any final thoughts on any of the stories today, or maybe, you know, a lesson?
One single thing.
Listen, don't open your mouth.
One thing.
Huh?
Just these stories, not anybody in chat. Don't take offense. Women are psychopaths. Every story involved a woman that was a psychopath today.
Here comes the rolling pin across the room right at your face.
Here comes the pitchforks, like coming shooting
That's
straight
why-
at you.
Well, that's why I said no, not in chat. Don't want anybody to take offense. Like just these stories alone, like the women were psychopaths, and all of them.
His wife just comes in the room and goes,
Oh, except the one. I guess the one guy that thought he was cool for Grandpa's
"Yeah,
sister's past, but whatever. But
Yeah,
other than that, yeah, all the rest were women.
I'm going
that
to
were
air my
psychopaths.
sister's dirty laundry.
That's
Let's go.
still crazy to me. That story still sticks in my head. I'm just like, how, like, in what world do you think that bringing up divorce at a wedding is like
Am I the
a
asshole?
good idea?
Yes, actually, yes, you are.
Hey, so new husband, just to let you know that she has commitment issues. What? Don't you think they've
I'm
had
sorry?
this conversation already? Like, what? My gosh.
Is that why she wouldn't bake me a cake in bed?
Is that why I didn't get breakfast in bed yesterday?
Calls her up, honey, I want waffle fries. That's terrible. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But then
Well,
again,
gentlemen,
I've seen my fair share of crazy.
Yeah. Well, gentlemen, you have been officially introduced to the wild side of Reddit, and
I don't think this
trust
was
me when I
bad.
tell you that I've done some worse stories than what y'all have heard tonight. So
I was expecting something like to go way down the rabbit hole. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of disappointed.
Hey,
You know,
Echoes,
listen.
overtime. Give us another one.
Overtime. You want another one?
Yeah,
One more.
make
Let's do it. Get it
spicy.
crazy.
Make it
Okay, hold on.
spicy.
Let me go. Hold on. I got a bunch saved here. Hold on. You want overtime? Let's do overtime.
I think Chad deserves
Encore.
one more at least, and the YouTube video too.
Yeah, I got you.
We blew
Let's,
through those in an hour, man.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of the stories I feel I picked tonight were a little bit shorter than what I normally pick. So like I feel that there wasn't a ton of discussion. So let's see here. Oh, this one might be a good one. Okay. Yeah, I got one. Okay.
Boy,
Okay.
he had to reset in the seat for this one.
Yeah. Okay. So this one obviously won't pop up on the screen. It'll pop up in the video though. So I've had this one kind of sitting for a while, and I mean we've kind of talked about weddings today. So let's do another wedding story. So this one says, "Am I the asshole for uninviting my friend from my wedding because I took her man?"
Boy, it's this.
All right. So this
All right, I
story,
gotta sit up for this one.
yeah, so this story reads, I, 25 female, work with a friend, 28 female. Years ago, she dated a guy for about 6 months. I had only ever seen a few pictures of him and had never met him, so I didn't think anything of it. Over a year after they split, I met him at a local honky tonk. I didn't know that my fiance was the guy in the photos that she showed me until he met some of my friends, and obviously they recognized each other. When we started dating, she actually had a conversation with me about it and said it wasn't a big deal unless she didn't care. I genuinely forgot about that conversation and that they had any history. We eventually fell in love and got engaged. While planning the wedding, I found out that she'd been telling her friend group a dramatized version of events, saying that I stole her man and accused me of dating him on purpose because I'm jealous of her. She made it clear that she thinks I'm in the wrong for marrying him. Because of this, I decided to uninvite her from the wedding. When I told her, she reacted angrily and said I was wrong for marrying her ex, that I had ruined everything, and that it was disrespectful to her. Because of her crap talking, it's made a few of our mutual friends become distant with me, and one said I shouldn't have uninvited her. I feel like her ongoing narrative was disrespectful and would have ruined the day. I'm really confused. I don't mean to make my friend feel bad, but why not let me know at the start you weren't okay with it? This whole situation has left me feeling really guilty and awful. I feel like I'm wrong because I broke girl code.
So they dated for 6 months. You said
6 months. Yep.
broke up, and then the sister met him.
No, it's a friend. Not
Okay,
sister.
okay.
They're
The
not
friend.
related. Yeah.
Okay, so the friend met the ex.
She
knowing.
met the ex at a local honky tonk, but had no idea it was the same guy because she never
Yeah,
originally
she'd
met
only
this
seen
guy.
only a couple photos of him.
Exactly.
Okay, they weren't engaged. Effort.
No, they just dated for
Plain
6
and
months.
simple.
That was it.
Plain and simple. She's making a big deal out of it.
Yeah,
Crazy. It's crazy to use the line.
I would make a comment, but my daughter is sitting right next to me.
Yeah,
So-
it's the stole her man and like accusing of dating him on purpose. Like clearly somebody was not over him, even though there was a previous conversation that said, "Oh, it's totally fine. You can do what you want. I don't care." Like,
That's
Yeah,
crazy,
that's-
man. You
that's
went real
insane.
spicy on us for sure.
Hey,
and then
Plug
like,
your
and
ears.
then my other thing too
plug them
is
really
like,
good. Can you hear me?
oh gosh,
That's like her going up saying, "How's that dick taste?"
I knew he was going there. Oh my gosh.
Boy,
I mean, am I wrong?
no,
That's
no,
how
not
she's
at all.
acting.
Well, it's so, and the other thing too is like, why would you want someone like that at your wedding either? You know what I mean? Like she's lit.
Exactly.
Hey, remember what we just talked about, you know, when they asked the question of the wedding, hey, is anybody opposed? She's 100% standing up and be like,
Stand
no,
up and say,
she
be like,
stole
"Hey, you
my
remember
man."
this? You remember this?" Comes in with the stink face.
Gosh. She's
That
the
is spicy.
one that's gonna request the mic during the speech time and be like, so here's the story of how this woman stole my man.
It all started one night where I showed her a picture.
It all started one night at a local honky tonk bar when she pretended to not realize that it was my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah, she's
I
doing
still
too
love
much,
him.
man. Doing way too much.
That's
wild.
And then I guess just to get in some of the comments here, the top comment here says, not the asshole. Sounds like her jealousy is eating her alive. You don't need that kind of negativity at your wedding or around you. If anyone says anything, laugh and say, "Oh, but did she tell you they'd been broke up for a year before I even met him?" Then change the subject. Have a lovely wedding and a very happy marriage.
Keep being jealous is all I'm gonna say. Keep being jealous.
Listen, it would be one thing if like the turnaround was like a couple weeks or a month. Okay, now then that's a little weird, right? But like we're talking like more than 6 months, what it sounds like. Like at that point, if you haven't moved on from a 6-month relationship, I mean,
It's a you problem.
She's got the voodoo doll basement in the room.
gosh.
You know, the shrine in her
You
closet.
feel this in your stomach. Yeah, no, that's
Kevin,
insane. man.
Somebody commented-
back to me. I know you'll be back to me, Kevin.
Somebody commented, "Chill, she dated the guy for 6 months, but is acting like they were in a long-term relationship for 10 years, and you were the affair partner she didn't know about." So you were the person I needed to be worried about. Stop it. That's crazy. All right, well there you go. There's your encore story. That's the
our
first
encore.
time. That's
Wow.
the first time we've ever done an encore story. So
Okay, so I just got called by my daughter that I'm a weird abomination of a creature.
Wow. What a choice
Come
of
on.
words.
wow.
I'm
Okay.
gonna put that up on the wall.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, man. Well, gentlemen, thank you guys for being on the podcast tonight.
Thank you for
Close
having
like
us. I'm
kids
sure I
are
can say
being.
it.
That was super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves.
I had a great time.
I love
We
to
should
hear
do it
that.
again tomorrow.
Well, crazy enough.
Crazy enough. Chat, stay tuned in tomorrow.
those-
By the time you
For-
see this there'll be 2 videos up.
So for those of y'all watching this on YouTube, I'm going to have both of their social links in the comment section. So please make sure that you guys go follow them on all of their socials. These are 2 incredible friends and creators. So make sure you guys go follow their journey. And this has been episode 6 of the Red Flag Review with your host, Echoes Nation. I appreciate y'all for watching this video. And until next time, y'all have a great day and see y'all later.
Remember, I'm not famous.